Meeting on the weekend with Reda Buhari, former CEO of Al Maha, which is a subsidiary of a large Saudi conglomerate, Al Muhadib. My name is Krista Fox. I'm the CEO and founder of Changeosity. And one of the things that I discovered from that conversation was really interesting, and it triggered some thinking for me around ego. Reda had explained that he has stepped down as CEO, and I know he had a very successful stint in that organisation. But one of the decisions that he made was that he would not sit on the board of the company for which he was former CEO, and he explained why. And his explanation was very much around the fact that he did not want to step on the toes of the new CEO. He had delivered high performance during his time there, not his words, mine. And it seemed unfair to him to sort of put the spotlight on the new CEO and not give that new CEO the opportunity to really tread their own path. And it got me thinking about ego. And here's what it got me thinking, that as corporate leaders, in our 20s, we're incredibly ego-driven, and unless you've sort of reached a stage of emotional maturity much earlier than most of your colleagues, we're quite ego-driven. We want to achieve a lot, and it's all about sort of me. And then for a small number of leaders, they gain considerable success, and the ego can go one way or the other. It can either just keep growing and growing because you've had that success, you think you're the big guy or the big gal, and you're invincible, and whatever it is that you're doing, your style of leadership, it's working. Or you can go the other way. You can start to observe very, very carefully how you behave and the impact of the impact of your behaviour on, the actions and feelings and energy of others. And I think most importantly, how you behave and how that results in performance and motivation and empowerment and fulfillment of others. And it takes a lot of observation skills to get there. And if you do that, it's one of those things that you can't undo. Once you know it, you can't go back. And once you know it, in my experience, most people then start to really dampen their egos. And when they dampen their egos, some of the things that are emerging from that are things like much greater curiosity and less blame, much higher levels of collaboration, and a whole lot less of that absolutely unnecessary conflict and competition that goes on in organisations. You start to wrap your arms around everybody. A whole lot more caring and kindness and empathy for the situations that people might be going through. But I think also the courage to let people know when things are not going so well. In my own experience, that courage came in the form of when I had no choice but to let go of people in the early years of my career. It was all about me and how I performed in that situation. And by goodness, I did a terrible job of it. In the later years, I think when I had managed to do a better job of dampening my ego, it was really all about how can I deliver this message in a way that is kind to this person and doesn't destroy them and lets them move on with their life and still be successful. So I hope some of those thoughts resonate for you today. Give it a try. There's high levels of observation. What works with your team? Is your ego getting in the way? And if it is, what can you do to dampen it? Have a wonderful day, and wishing you great leadership. We call it Changeosity leadership. Whatever you call it, it's curious, it's collaborative, it's caring, and it's courageous. Have a great day.